Today is a game where Ohio State comes out and they get very comfortable offensively. They shot too high of a percentage in the first half, but they're a very talented basketball team, not taking anything away from them, and they played really well at home. So we knew that going into the ball game. So we have to be a lot more disruptive to their offensive flow. And then offensively, we have to reward ourselves for the execution. And we had opportunity to score the basketball. We missed some looks from the perimeter. We missed some looks inside the paint, and we have to be able to cash those in. But the biggest thing is when you go on the road or any time in general, you can't let a team shoot 60% in a half, because that'll put you in a pretty big hole, which it did for us this evening.
Questions, please.
Danny, Zed Key got them going early. He hadn't done much against Purdue. What were you concerned about with him, and how did you see his early scoring impact the game?
I thought he did a really good job of getting deep post positioning and being able to score. We have to be a little bit more, have more resistance, if you will, and allowing guys to come and get to a spot. But he got to a spot, and they did a good job of delivering the basketball and scoring it. And, EJ, the same thing. I think at half, between the two of them, they missed one shot. So we have to do a much better job of putting up resistance and not letting them get to the spots that they got to early on in the game.
Justin Arns had been on a bit of a slump, coming in here, but obviously his shooting was huge today. How did his, three-point marksmanship kind of impact your, the defense and everything like that?
No disrespect, but he's a great shooter. We knew that going into the game. You're not going to make every shot that you take, but we didn't guard him any differently. We knew he was a great shooter going in, and he got away from us and knocked down 4, I believe, today.
They held Eric to, I think, about half of his season average. What were they doing to make it challenging for him tonight?
Disrupted his rhythm, contested his shot. Had a lot of different guys on him using their length and athletic ability, and just a rough shooting night from the perimeter for Eric.
Coach, Ohio State has had a number of starts and stops. I'm curious from the opponent perspective, does that make it any more difficult to prepare for a team when they haven't played maybe as many games as some of your other opponents and haven't played as recently?
Yes and no. Like going into this ball game, and the same thing for Ohio State coming in and playing us. We've been on an extended break, if you will, in terms of how the games usually go in the Big Ten. So the one thing that you're worried about is teams installing new plays that you haven't seen. Right? Every play that they've run, every play that we've run, both teams have seen it. And you can put together a scouting report on it to a certain extent. But when you come in and you see something different after, some days off, that's probably the biggest thing that you're worried about in terms of the wrinkles that the coaches are able to add.
Last one in person, then we'll go to our Zoom.
With that being said, how different did Ohio State look? Did they throw some things at you that you were not expecting?
No, because personnel, right? And so, we can talk about what type of plays they're going to run, but knowing personnel is extremely important. And, we had their players ID'd, and we just have to do a better job of being resistant and disruptive to their offensive flow, if you will.
Go ahead, Ben.
We'll go to Ryan Patton from Baltimore Sun.
Hey, Coach. I have two questions. The first question is, we saw Eric Allen like kind of limping as just going towards like the fundamentals of the game. I was going to ask him, he got to lock him. How was he doing? How was he doing, and how was he looking after the game was over?
I don't know. We came in the locker room, we sat down as a team, staff came in, we addressed the team, and I'll get my report from our trainer when I get on the bus or when I get on the plane, and we'll go from there. So I know he got banged up a little bit. That's one of the reasons I subbed him out, but I couldn't tell you what or how it happened.
And my second question, I just want to get your thoughts on Dante Scott's performance today. I believe like a career high 25 points. When he's playing like that, inside and out, what is your thoughts on his ceiling when he's playing that way?
Well, Dante gave us great energy, and we needed that type of energy level from a lot of different other guys out on our team. But when Dante's playing like that, it opens up a lot of different things for our team. You know, he's able to score the ball from the perimeter. I think he had 5 threes today, shooting it very well. Got in the in-between game. I thought he provided a lot of energy also on the glass, rebounding the basketball. And when he plays like that, it just opens up a lot of other opportunities for guys on the team.
We'll go to Lauren Rosh from Testudo Times.
Hi, Coach. Just to follow up about Dante, he talks a lot about fight and wanting to teach the other players kind of the importance of fighting. When he's playing like that and fighting throughout the entire game, how does that, the kind of more of the intangibles rub off on the team, and how are you seeing that, if at all?
Well, that's what you would like to see. You know, it's one thing to talk it, it's another thing to walk it, right? And Dante played with a high level of energy today and had a good amount of fight for our team. You know, enough fight to give us some life and some energy with what he was doing. We just weren't able to feed off of that enough. And we need more guys with that same type of mindset.
All right, thanks, Coach.